Good, Jonas. Good, Adam. Good, Deppy. Good, Glitz. Orange juice? Yes, sir. I got a lot more where that came from, bro. Damn, bro, it's 10 seconds late? Am I? Is that really? Bearish bias. I'm actually leaning towards longs, I think. Unless we shift here. Then we target London low. So it's kind of going to be like an if this, then that. Don't really need that. Really kind of have no reason to move more down. Proven bearish until proven bearish until proven bearish. Today is a hard bias because like we're at a point on the daily chart where we could reverse, but we just haven't seen that yet, you know? We did go like pretty far down, you know, like I will say that. We went all the way down. We hit the daily order block. A lot of sensitivity. There's also SMT with YM. If you look at YM, wait, there's no SMT. Oh yeah, with previous day low. So I feel like that could be signifying pretty bullish. Also, YM's previous day is not that far. Like previous day high on YM is not that far. So I feel like YM can hit previous day's high. Dollar also took out its buy side liquidity pool, so it could start moving lower. Right? It's possible. Like we're at that pivotal point. You know, we're at a very pivotal point. Um, I think it's safe to assume at least a retracement. I mean, order flow going into the day is bullish. Daily power of three, we accumulated, manipulated below midnight, took out all these lows from anyone trailed in Asia, and we get another leg higher. It's not the easiest bias, I'll be honest. Um, Daily chart at a potential pivot point. And I think what I'll do here is I'll put up the NASDAQ daily chart. When I screenshot my bias, we can put the pre-market plan in. You can see like why are the levels not transposing? Anyways, daily chart at a pivot point. Okay, deep discount, NWOG fill, daily OB plus, S&P upper as well, with YM. Yeah, you can do payouts every 2 weeks. Depends what account you're with. You can do every week. Daily chart at a potential pivot point. Deep discount and fill daily LBS. So the game plan is bullish. I like longs. As of right now, I like longs. Um, but stay patient if unclear, and should we demonstrate heavy bearish order flow? Push buy to target. Discount longs. So this is the game plan. Leave that right there. Let me just make up some markings. Midnight open should be right there. And then previous PM session high. Almost there on the S, I'll be honest. Previous AM session highs right there. Okay, cool. So we're gonna screenshot this. This is our pre-market plan. Screenshot that. Good, everybody. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind. Pre-market plan wasn't as easy as today, but I think we got a good plan. So pre-market plan November 5th, 2025. Or I put 4th, whatever. I'll fix it later. Anyway, this is our pre-market plan. How's everyone doing today? Let me open up the accounts. Trade Copia. Cool. So that seems to be running smoothly. Copy trader looks good. We can just get a clean win. We keep like breaking even slash barely making profits. I don't like it. I want a clean win. But we just take what the market gives us. Just take what the market gives us. Okay. All the accounts are open. Micro. Want a reactionary today? Sure. What's the bearish heavy in 4 hour? How do you mark it since there's a gap? From the low of the gap to the high of the gap. Like use the body. If we ping pong an overnight candle, is that considered low probable longs? If we ping pong. I mean, if we're seeking destroy range bound, I mean, yeah. What confirmation are you waiting for? I want to see something along the lines of this. Just something simple as that. For an aldo of trading. I'm just on my journey, man. Buy some leaning towards long. Gattie's build at high win rate, low RR. Yeah, it is exactly that. You can make it more, um, but just at its face value, I guess you can say, simply. So we have an hourly bullish fair value gap in there. We'll probably try to find support in there. So simple hourly fair value gap. So we'll open up the 1 minute chart here. Now we could reverse, man. Like this is possible. Like we definitely could come all the way down here, but I would prefer not. So let's clear up all this stuff. We already know what the plan is. We don't need that daily OB marker. This is everything I want to focus on today. We'll mark out the opening range gap as well. We'll mark out that hourly fair value gap on ES as well. Can't tell. Is there a volume imbalance in there? All right. Good morning, brother. 10 a.m. news. Yeah, we do have 10 a.m. red folder news. So protocol is as follows. If we find an A plus model before, we execute. If not, we just wait for 10 a.m. news. And we trade after 10 a.m. news. That's fine, right? We can always. There's nothing wrong with just waiting for 10 a.m. news just to see what happens. That's like the really safe. That's a safe thing to do because it can get choppy. It can get real choppy. It's possible. Much love. Appreciate you, bro. LeBron. They'll go down and up. Yeah, hopefully. That's what kind of what I'm looking for too. Yeah, I like those pre-market highs. Hopefully they stay open. These highs right here. That's too smooth. Like it would be great if we could just find a setup like just from like somewhere here just to target there. Like just something like that. Calm little move and then we don't even have to look for anything external. But I think PM buy side's possible. Just something as simple as that would be nice. Something as simple as that would be real nice. So we ended up catching those shorts on my live account yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember. I said I would look for lunch or PM session. I posted in the Discord. I was looking for low of day. So we ended up catching some of it, although I didn't hold as long as I wanted to. I got to work on that, to be honest. I'm a fan of you. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, those shorts delivered nicely. We literally, like, our first trade that got stopped was literally the high of day, bro. Like, we literally got stopped right here. Kind of been happening to us quite a bit. Like, right here. Wait, where am I? I don't know where I am. But, anyways. Yeah, just a little bit early yesterday. But I managed to catch a piece of the pie after. I was indeed early. What you thinking today? I want to see long. Something as simple as these highs could be great for me. There isn't often 9:45 news that's important. It's only one day of the month, I think. If it's an A plus setup, I'll take it. And if nothing happens until 9:45, I'll probably partial or just close the trade and re-enter after 9:45. It all depends. If listen, the goal is you can trade before the news. You just have to make sure your stop is safe if you're in a specific narrative, you know? Because news can deliver to take profit. It's possible. News can deliver TP. You just got to make sure your stop is safe. And if it's a really big candle, obviously, I mean, it's unfortunate. It's up to you. If you want to be super, super safe 100% of the time, okay, then just wait till after news. Okay, 9:30 open is here. Lame ass opening range gap. Not even gonna mark it, I'm gonna be honest. Guys, when you see an opening range gap this small, 25 points, it usually means it's gonna be a shitty day. Usually means it's gonna be a small day. Because basically, think about it like this: we moved a whole bunch, and then we moved all the way right back to where we started. You know, we didn't really do all that much. We didn't really do all that much. Probably gonna be a small range day, so we're gonna have to keep the trade small. Look for something 1R, 2R, not even like honestly just so scalp really. We're just gonna sit here and look for the highest probability like 1 to 2R trade, you know, and we'll be patient. We'll be real patient with it. So already we move up and then we overlap lower, engineering some equal highs here. I think something as simple as long from these equal lows in here, real smooth, inside the hourly fair value gap, and we just target higher. Like something as simple as that, like I would love that. Just give me like a bearish fair value gap, something like this. I would just take that. That's it, and we just call it a day. Just give me an easy one. I'm looking for a real quick, easy setup. It could target London lows, although I don't anticipate that personally. I have it marked because I know it's possible. If there was a fair value gap in here, I could short this to the lows, but because it's still just wicks, it's a little bit sloppy. I'd rather just let it do its thing. So just waiting. Let it do its thing. See if it wants to go down to that hourly gap, and from there, we can do our thing. We're entering that hourly fair value gap. Not really a setup in here, like I said. If there was a bearish fair value gap, maybe, but can't trust these wicks. So we may put a first presentation in here. Now this could keep going. It's possible, but we'll just leave it marked out like this for now. Took out some sell side. It's not pre-market lows. Pre-market lows would be all the way down here, but it is sell side. Now, no, hopefully we don't overlap this first presentation. I want to see that put in. Oh man, no first presentation. Sloppy. But there's a small fair value gap in there. You could use it as first presentation. We'll just mark it out like this. If we get a nice strong inversion here, I might consider buying that. 32-point stop. No inversion. Coming back into sell side. Pretty heavy right now. It's pretty heavy lower, I won't lie. It's just continuously spooling lower. Alright, we are entering a discount now though of this range. That's a discount. I'm not gonna keep that annotated, but just know we are entering a discount of the dealing range. We've taken out some sell side in discount. I want to see a longing opportunity, but it's got to be something clean. I don't really trust this flat body candle. I don't like it when it forms like this. We have to tape read something like this because I just don't like it when it forms that way. Oops. Something like this could definitely play. And the flat body's only there on the 1 minute. Kind of sloppy though. I think we're just gonna wait. I say that because there's no fair value gaps. It's just going back into the range. It could definitely deliver, but we'll just see. It's SMT here. This definitely could deliver. It's not a bad idea for a trade, but just not willing to risk on it. If it was cleaner, a cleaner move with a cleaner inversion, maybe if this candle wasn't here. Like to me, I'm viewing this, it potentially just could start chopping, getting choppy in here. I like that we're putting in a bullish fair value gap. Like maybe we can buy in that. It could be a breakaway, but the ES doesn't look too bullish. YM is making lower lows. So I'm just gonna be a little bit more patient. Let them sync up. Looks like ES is going higher now. Okay, YM's also moving higher. So we'll see if we can find something. I don't know if it'll come back for us though. Maybe squeeze out like 1 hour. I don't know. It's a look weird trade. We're gonna study it. Lazy ISD. If we come back, maybe we can look for something. Honestly, the best entry just would have been this turtle soup. letting it do its thing. Personally, not trusting anything in here. It's not that it's not a bad trade setup. It's just it's not high enough quality for my liking. It's just sloppy in here. It's just the way these candles printed. They give me signatures of consolidation. No clean fair value gaps. First presentation small. This candle doesn't have a body. YM's was moving lower. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a bad trade setup. Like YM's moving lower. What's the dollar doing? Dollar's moving lower at least. That makes sense. Sloppy, sloppy. Low probability signatures. Look at ES. This doesn't look like it's ready to move at all. Maybe a protraction model in here. Yeah, seems like there's some good patience in there. Just understanding it. I'm not gonna act like that couldn't have played. It definitely could have played, but it's sloppy. You can tell it's sloppy. Now I like this. I like what I'm seeing here because now we're putting in a clean fair value gap. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. It looks like we are. We're trading back into this bullish fair value. I'm gonna remove. Yeah. I don't like marking out higher time frame fair value gaps. They're so like ugly. I guess we'll just do something like that. Make it as faint as possible. See, now we're getting some clean movement. See, now we're putting in fair value gaps. Now this I like. This I like. I like seeing fair value gaps. So very nice, obvious, clean fair value gap right there. We're trading back into the order block right here. So we'll see if that respects price. Because if we trade into this order block, NWOG low, and then we get an inversion, I would take that, no problem. 1.25R-ish. I get an SMT there as well. Or we make a lower low, and then we look for a reversal model. Something like that. That's fine too. Whatever wants to happen. Can always just wait for 10 a.m. by that point. Yeah, I would buy this inversion. So say we buy the inversion. Stop loss looking like 36, 31 points, target 52, maybe NWOC. It's not a bad trade idea. See if we get a strong candle. I'm hoping we just get one single pass. One strong candle all the way through, and I'll buy that. No inversion. I'm thinking something like this. Not yet. If we touch here and then we explode, I'll just buy that, even if it doesn't inverse then. Like if we find sensitivity right here, showing that we're respecting the lower portion, I would buy that. I mean, I'm just hovering the buy button. It's hard for me to click it on screen for you guys because I got to execute on my live account on my phone, and I got to execute on my funded accounts on my other monitor. So this, yeah, there's nothing there. Okay, that's why you got to wait. That's why you got to wait. So now the way I'm viewing this is sloppy. So what does that mean? We're probably just gonna wait for news. Just wait for news. Like this. So look, this order block, I'll keep it marked out, and then we trade down here. It could be a nice setup. I need a closure above. I'm gonna quickly check YM. There's an SMT down there with YM. I want to get in this long, but it's a little bit sloppy for my liking. 1 minute chart does look good right now. I'll be honest. Like what I'm seeing right now looks pretty good, but it's probably best to just wait for a better setup. Can't really get FOMO. I do want to be a part of this long. Like that's the move I want to capture today. So it's not really like FOMO. It's just more like I think a run to these highs is the highest probability move you'll find today. 945 candle. Let's see if we can touch that inversion and then move higher. Maybe that can be a buy entry. Just showing the sensitivity in the upper portion. Otherwise, I don't really see how I can get it. We don't even get to the inversion. Probably gone. Okay, we're just gonna wait till news. Wait till news. Wait to the buy side there. I did manage to cast that on my live account. We'll see if it runs through. That was very easy. I didn't take that on any of my fundeds. Oh, maybe I should connect my live account to. Maybe I should connect my live account to my trade copier. Is that a bad idea? I'll take 1R. You can see the OBs getting respected there. My eyes are up here now. Buy side liquidity PM session high. Managed to cast that on just my live account. I'll take it. It was like one. How much R did we get on that? It was not even. It was like one. It was 1R. I didn't even get a good fill. That's why I was a little bit hesitant. I got my fill like here. But for a 1R trade, that's really good. I'll be honest. Like that's a really easy 1R trade. We'll see if we can find another one. Wait till 10 a.m. now. Wait till 10 a.m. So just following the game plan. I wanted to find something really small. Um, that's not my trade. Everyone keeps asking about execution. Guys, I always post my journal in the free Discord. If you want to look at my journal, you can always look at my journal. Yeah, I didn't get the best fill, but it was just looking for 1R anyways, so. We'll wait for after news now. See what after news has to offer. The idea is just knowing where price can trade to, and I think this setup is pretty obvious once we get that inversion. Um, really, you don't even need the inversion. You just buy it off that propulsion block. Order block gets traded into there. Trade higher propulsion. This could go all the way to buy side PM. It's possible. It's very possible. But we're gonna wait for 10 a.m. news. There's a 10-minute delay. How can I fix that? You have to sign in to the account with Tradeovate or AlphaTix. The delay isn't with Alpha, it's with TradingView. Why not target higher like previous day's high? I'm not really anticipating a big move today. If I'm gonna look for a bigger move, I need to see that on the chart. Also, news at 10 a.m. So I didn't want to really hold something with not knowing. Like we could have easily just taken these highs and then boom, came back down. For example. Take care, Pablo. No, I'm not looking for sales. Bullish today. Looking for the model playing out is worth it to not take it because I wanted to wait for news. That's okay. Looked along that OB down there. You bought it here. Nice. Yeah, that could have been a really good fill. You could have gotten something like this. R would have been a little bit better. I waited for the inversion. My R was a lot worse. Still not bad. I'll take it. I'm up 0.7%. I only risked like 0.4. So let me double check those numbers though. One sec. Pretty good start to the live account this month. Yeah, we're up 0.65%. So it's not looking at price. Nah, it's fine. What's your opinion on the RTH gap from 24, which is not filled? If we're bearish, price can go there. If we're not bearish, well, not yet. I use 2022 model entry, so no FEG. This is your fair value gap right here. What do you mean? You enter this fair value gap, your stop loss has to go where? 2022 model, your stop loss has to go at least here. Yeah, it's fine. If you said no displacement, I can agree with that. There is a lack of displacement here. So if you wanted to get this fair value gap, unfortunately didn't give you that. So, yep, there's a body SMT. I didn't want to mark it because it was messy. I'm going to be honest, it's really hard to execute all these accounts at the same time. It's really hard. Like, how am I supposed to get a good fill on this candle on all accounts? I might have to connect my live account to my trade cap. I don't really want to do that, though. I do have a trade cop here. Yeah, I took one trade on my live account. I'm still flat on my fundeds. Looks like we're going straight to PM buy side. Alright, so I'm going to click the button. Well, it's because I'm trying to get the same fill. Wow, this delivered so nice, bro. Was like, what, we're going to let these breakout traders are making money right now? Is that what we're doing in 2025? Breakout traders are profitable. We just be buying the breakout, bro. I don't think this low gets taken, though, I'll be honest. So if we can find anything, I'll even mark out, I don't want to aim too high. But objectives in here are possible. We have to find a silver bullet idea. The first inverse. I was a little bit skeptical on the first inverse because YM was still going lower. ES was a little bit weak. This candle didn't have a flat body, so I was a little bit skeptical. But you could have taken the first inversion. You wouldn't have been stopped out, right? Your stop still has to cover at least here, if not here. So you still wouldn't have been stopped out on the first one. They both played. I think PM high is likely to get taken. No, I took this one trade on my live account. So 5 minutes till news. We're just gonna wait till news. Nothing we can do now, so. No, I'm not doing Tradeify Cup. I don't got time for that shit. I think that just promotes bad trading. This could be an IO Fed entry. This fair value gap could give you 1R just to the highs. I wouldn't take it though, personally, but you might be able to get something just like this. Easy, 1R maybe. It's such a small, tiny trade. It's not worth my risk. I wouldn't risk profits on that. It's not worth it. Imagine you hold it. First of all, it's held. Second of all, I don't think I would ever hold this trade personally. It wasn't part of my pre-market plan. Yeah, I took it on my live account. It wasn't a part of my pre-market plan to look for something above this, at least not until before 10. Now that we see, like, okay, we potentially have intent, right? Okay, now we can maybe start looking for external objectives, but this is only hindsight. I have to see that first. Could have, yeah, you definitely could have just trailed stops. Say you waited for the next candle, but it's hard because really, if you just put your stop right here, you would have been stopped out on this candle, right? So that's it. Just 1R. Just accept it. It's free money. You don't have to be a part of every move perfectly from the middle to the top to the bottom. Like, fine. What you could do is just go back to your trades. How often, if you trail, this is what you do. Go back to all your journals. How often, if you trail your stop on all the green candles, does it keep going? Would you make or lose money in the long run? That's how you identify. Looks like that little 1R IOFED entry played out. Well, we don't know for sure yet, but just from here to here, little 1R idea we talked about. Reported 5 contracts log made bank. Nice, bro. Gaddy, time to get a job? Me? I've had a job for like 2 years, bro. Why would I get one now? I so fucking love this delivery man. Every time I fall on the chart, it's sloppy. You think this is, wait, what do you mean? This, you like this or you don't like this? I'm confused. Gonna see yesterday's high and expand lower? Yesterday's high is really high up, brother. That's all the way here, I think. But it's possible, I guess. Where exactly you went long? I got my exact fill at 2556. I got filled right here. That's where I got filled. So I got like 1.1. You held? No, I'm not holding. No, I just full close 1R. It is the high. There's the highs right there. Average RR on my live account. It's, I don't know, ask me at the end of the year. Ask me next year. I don't know. I don't have those numbers for you. It's hard to say. I have so many different accounts. I trade my live account differently. News in 1 minute. Should have held man, but it's okay. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, bro. You listen. Don't base off. Look, go back here. You can't judge it after, because I promise you, if this, let's get out of replay mode. Don't judge it based on what happens after, because I promise you, if this took the high and then started moving lower, you would have said I should have just closed. So you cannot let what happened after. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't hold. I'm saying don't judge it based off of this move. Judge it based off something else. Were you expecting expansion? Were you expecting this level with a high certainty? You know, those are the questions you want to ask. Anyways, we can look for a silver bullet model here. We have the AM buy side. The next logical high would be right here, right above NVOG high. This previous, just keep that as a blue line. Simple as that. Let's refresh this. So if we can get a retracement idea, which Betsy looking for a protraction model long. What does your candle guys look like this too? What the fuck's going on here? What the hell? It is bugging, bro. My shit is bugging. This should be black candle. I can see it on my phone. But why does TradingView always do some weird stuff, man? This candle is out of place, bro. Wait, this shit was off, right? Hold up. Yeah, keep that off. But I think that's fine. I don't know. Who cares? It looks normal on my. Does the micro look normal? Yeah. Anyways, we're looking for a silver bullet idea. 5-minute fair value gap, right there. It could trade all the way into here. So we're looking for a higher probability retracement. I don't want to see these highs get taken. This is your 10 a.m. high. I would love to target that 10 a.m. high. So if we can induce some buy side liquidity, we can target that. The lower we go, I want to say the lower the better, but ideally we get a nice. I did take a long. Something like this. Less R. I got like 1.1 R. Robert, you're bullish buy. So you can go back at the live stream. I talked about why I was bullish. I don't know. Nasdaq. Whatever. Who cares? Oh, what is this? Bro, TradingView sucks sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Alright, we're waiting for a retracement. I want to see something nice. Ideally, we get like a low sweep. Something like this would be perfect. This, I don't really trust that stuff. Looks weird. Just looking for a classic silver bullet long. I have trade debate open, yeah. Still waiting 9:30 a.m. open. So I want to see this go lower. We can possibly find another opportunity. Appreciate you, Jay. And we definitely could reverse here, but I don't believe in it. To me, this looks like a classic buy day. Okay, I want to take out this low. 5-minute fair value gap. 10-minute is forming. 15-minute is forming. So just be a little bit patient. Again, what we saw here, the patience and how we were waiting for a nice clean fair value gap, we want to wait for that same thing here. We don't want these little wicks. You know, we buy some weak ass 1-minute order block. We don't want that stuff. This is Nasdaq. Yeah, it's too sloppy in here. We want to wait for a clean price delivery. ES is a little bit behind from the Nasdaq. Where's Finn? Yeah, somebody find Finn, bro. Miss that guy, bro. We do take out the 10 a.m. high there. Kind of like a red flag because now if we get this, that's a breaker from the buy side. Kind of a red flag, but we'll see. We'll just wait. Just take what the market gives us. Looks like we're gonna go to our next objective, unfortunately. But other than that, it's just straight to AM highs. 25892. So we may have to buy this 15-minute when it forms or something. You're still holding from 25539? Damn, nice. So you bought like this inversion on this candle, maybe? Nice, interesting. How many points is that? Oh, the FOMO hurts. Good shit, Mike. I got a little piece, Toxic. Just got a little piece. Don't worry about knowing pin. Yeah, I'm still looking for a potential another long setup. We may have to wait for the 15-minute candle though. We'll see. Just wait. To me, right now, what's gonna happen next is pretty 50-50. Like, because if I don't know, I think we can reach here. I think that's very possible. But if we're wrong, we probably reverse about now. You know, we're at that pivotal point now, intraday. So we just wait. I personally want to see something like this. I'd say that is not A plus because of the timing of it, but close. 728 is a higher probability target. 892 is like best case scenario. 814. Yeah, like if this is definitely a spot where price could reverse if we're wrong about higher time frame. So we'll just wait and see. There's definitely people out there who are looking to short this right now. I still believe in the narrative that this is low of London, this is low of New York, and we just expand. We want to align with that, but that's not guaranteed. The 15-minute fair value gap's forming in 5 minutes. That'll probably be our best opportunity. We may have to wait till 10:30 because it can do something like this, and then 10:30 gives you the real move. So we'll just wait for that 15-minute fair value gap most likely. I don't think I would do anything unless we take at least this low. So we just wait for that. Why long? It's clear shorts. I don't know. I don't see shorts at all right now. Maybe if you get a break, but again, I think this low is safe personally. You ain't Geist? Oh, Geist, my hero. How do you determine your bias? Same day, same thing every single time. I'm looking at the daily and weekly power of three. I'm looking at the daily and intraday order flow. Two concepts, power of three and order flow. That's it. Today I was talking about how London manipulated below the midnight opening price and shifted higher. So I was anticipating a continuation in New York, not expecting this low to get taken. Every day we cover buys at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm live every single day. I've been live every day for about 2 years now. Not 2 years. I've been live every day for about a year and a half. And every day at 9:15, we cover the game plan. 9:30, I minimize chat and I start trading. And I'll open chat in between while I'm waiting for something on time. Like, I'm not going to do anything in the next 4 minutes, guaranteed. So we have to wait. 4-hour manipulation, 1 hour S&P displacement up today long. Yeah, simple. Cut the leg up and pass 100K account. Good shit, brother. All right. For me to participate, yeah, we have to take out this low at least. At least. Yeah, nice 9:45 move. That next 15-minute candle. That's why I use that as my stop. 60-minute candle low. Otherwise, normally you put the stop here, but you can trust that 9:45 low. Buys around 2, 5, 600. 600 might be a little too low, but yeah, something potentially, something around there. Listen, there's been a lot of times. I'll keep it very simple. There's been a lot of times in my journey where we form a 15-minute bullish fair value gap like this, but in doing so, we get a breaker. And a lot of times I short that breaker, and then the 15, I'm wrong. You know, like it goes into the 15 and goes up. I'm not saying that this is one of those times. It obviously could inverse that 15-minute fair value gap. But I will say I have taken a lot of losses from shorting a 1-minute CISD or breaker into a 15-minute gap, expecting a reversal from the most recent previous session. So if you're really bearish, I think it's a really good short. But you have to actually be bearish. Don't just short it because there's a breaker. There's always going to be a breaker. There's no breaker on another time frame, so just keep that in mind. I think we keep expanding personally, but we'll see. I like that we left equal highs here. And I like that we have new week opening gap high. We're deep inside NWAG. So if we're bullish, you'd want to see NWAG get hit so we can use that. The breaker is simple. It's high, low, higher high, lower low. Right? The last down close candle where the market structure shift occurred, that's your breaker block. The weak breaker here though. Holy shit, this guy shared the live like 1,000 times. What's going on? Yo, this guy's sharing the live so much. I'm blocking this guy, bro. How is he sharing so fast, bro? I gotta block him, bro, because he's doing too much. Okay, 15-minute gap still forming. We're still waiting. Yeah, that guy's crazy, bro. On the button. All right, 30 seconds. I am looking for another long right now, currently. Blind demand. I think any model can work. It's not the technical analysis that's going to make the model work. It's the risk management. How did you learn the ICT terminology so well? I've seen every single ICT lecture, mentorship video. I have notes on every single one. I've seen most of them multiple times. And I've been showing up to the charts every single day for the past 2 years. Okay. 15-minute gap. That's here. We'll grade that. Now looks hella ugly. Never mind. We're not going to grade that. We're just going to understand that below this low is a 15-minute FEG. I use TradeZella to backtest. Honestly, if you don't have TradeZella, you got to hop on TradeZella, bro. You got to hop on TradeZella. I took one long here. I'm looking for a re-entry. Anyways, I got to minimize chat. We got to focus up. It's game time again. Coach is subbing us in. Forex replay is good, but once you go to TradeZilla, you'll understand why it's a lot better than Forex replay. I've used both, by the way, for thousands of trades each. So I think I'm very qualified to compare the two. Got retired upset. Put that in your liquidity pool and smoke it. What? No one's hating on supply and demand, bro. I'm sure some of the best traders in the world use some sort of supply and demand. But that's not what makes them profitable. That's what I'm saying. It's not the system. You shouldn't enter just cuz. That's not a good reason. Drop one piece of advice to your younger self when you started investing. Investing or trading? Two different things. Prices at last week's low might go lower. Possible, of course. When I started trading, the best piece of advice I could give my old self is stop chasing the technicals. The answers are not in the technicals, okay? That's my thing. The problems you're facing, it's not because you're technicals. You keep trying to justify why you lose. You keep trying to understand what you could have done better. Oh, maybe this fair value gap. Maybe I missed this long. No. It's the answers you're looking for are not in the technicals. You're gonna keep chasing technicals, and it's never gonna solve your problems. The answer is in risk management and how you view losing and winning. That's it. That's where the answers are. I wish I knew that earlier. every time I used to lose when I first started, I would watch more ICT and take more notes. And I had a lot of losing. So I would literally just keep trying to learn, thinking I'm improving by learning more. No. The answers were not there. The answers were in just learning how to lose. You just have to learn how to lose. Step 1 is learn how to lose. Step 2 is learn how to lose more. Learn how to lose less than how much you win when you win. 2 steps. That's it. That's the only 2 steps I would recommend anyone. Learn how to lose and learn how to lose less than you make. I tried to lose as much as I can and win the minimum. See, I wouldn't trust this. I want to see a clean move, not this little wiki stuff. I want to see fair value gaps form. I want to see a clean sweep. Boom, speed, displacement, fair value gap. Not a little wiki. If it wants to go up just like that, it can go up. That's fine. YM looks a lot better though. There's a nice fair value gap in YM. Anyways. Bro, why every time I switch charts, this shit just gets extended into freaking oblivion? Guess I'll never switch charts again. I'm just waiting. Why are you stuck on the 1 minute chart? Switch time frame? No. I already know what the other time frame. I switch time frames sometimes, but I need to watch this on the 1 minute chart. It happens the same shit to you guys. I got you. I don't want to see an SMT there. I want to see that get taken. I want to see that shit get taken, and then a fair value gap. No, nothing noteworthy on the 30-second. I'm looking for longs personally. Why are you stuck on the 1 minute time frame? No. Yeah, but I view this as just accumulation of longs, and we're engineering buy stops. So if we can take out sell stops, you look like you wear glasses. I used to, not anymore. I got laser eye surgery. That feels expensive, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Alright, wait for ES, see if ES can take those lows out. I would like to see that. Yo, isn't this some head and shoulders shit? Oh my goodness, we're gonna fade retail. We're gonna fade retail, guys. This head and shoulders. I know head and shoulders when I see it. Yes, sir. Yo, this looks exactly the same, actually. It's crazy. Anyways. Hmm. Okay, nice. I want to see this continue with a big body. Big body. Big body candle. The right shoulder's dislocated. Yeah, I see that. It's like slanted. Bro's like this. That's fucking hilarious, bro. Alright, so we're fully closing in that 5 minute. ES takes the low. I'll make this real simple. We'll mark out this for value gap. Right. Unfortunately, there's no fair value gap in here, but I do like there's a pretty big body, so we could get it in a CISD. If we got in here, would stop at the body low, we could maybe squeeze out. Yeah, we should be able to squeeze out 1R pretty easily. 50 points for 63. Would be an easy like 1.25R again. We could obviously go lower a little bit. It's possible. Working inside that 15-minute fair value gap. We're trading at NWAG CE. Just wish there was an imbalance in there. It's kind of hard to get in on this. We'd have to wait for something like that. We'd have to wait for something like this. Get the order block. If only there was like an inversion in there. There might be one in the 30-second chart or something. So wait for the closure here. Gotta see it close above. Then we'll see if we can get a nice fill. So first step, close above. Can't get FOMO. We just wait. Okay, we get the order block. I'm not gonna buy it up here. If we can maybe get some sort of retest, perhaps we can get a stop at the body. Fill somewhere here. Squeeze out 1.25. I need a better fill. I'm gonna wait for this to trade down. Maybe it wants to come into that fair value gap. Maybe the upper fair value gap that's potentially forming right now. Otherwise, there really isn't a trade. Maybe we can buy this fair value gap. It's gotta give me something in here though. Staying pretty heavy. Yeah, this might just be gone. Maybe no retest. We need a better fill on this trade idea. I don't want to take it up here like this. I need something at least like here. Okay, we're coming down. I like that. Give me a lower low in there. I can buy that fair value gap. Seeing if we can get speed above this high. I may even just move the stop here. Pretty much a break even. View that as an intermediate term low. Risk-free trade. Not risk-free, but pretty much risk-free trade. I'm looking for 7 to 8. I'm gonna go to stop here. The body at the bottom of that candle. 673 at the stop. We do take the high here. There is an SMT. I'm going to take one off and then just leave a runner. Only because the SMT. It's not really a runner. I really want 27850. We may get a re-add opportunity. There is an SMT there, so just another scalp. Yeah, good close there. Just a little bit of money, not much. That's what you get when the range is small. We got a pretty good fill though. To stop there. If we trade back to like 50% of that, I might buy one, play that with a stop here. Little scalpy stuff. Little scalp ideas. Just trading back into an OB. If we get back above 50%, you explain the risk you took with partials? Can you explain the risk you took? What do you mean the risk I took? I just closed here because of the SMT, you know. It was already a premium entry, so. Alright, well. Not bad. Little scalp. 30 points. I mean, the P&L is not bad when you're copy trading a bunch of accounts. Like, I'm up 500, so. Uh, so watch this bearish for value gap for now. I'm still open to taking another long, if I'm being honest. Um, Still open to another long. Might just have to wait till 10:30 gives us something cleaner. I probably want to see this low get taken though. Is that a 30-minute fair value gap low? Yeah. We'll see. If we take out this low, engineer the equal highs, and we get a whole other setup, like, you know, I'll take that going into 1050 macro. It's kind of a lot to ask for, but I would take it if it formed. Wait, did Trump say that today? I'll be waiting in here. I'm gonna do this so I can remove the executions. We're just waiting. Yeah, you could buy that inversion. You definitely could. You definitely could buy that inversion. I won't, but you could. R plus 1R equals 2R. Could have just came up here. Thing is, I can't really get a 1R trade now. I mean, you could try. You could try and hope for 34 points. Maybe you can get a nicer fill. You put your stop here. You get a fill here. You only need that, but it has to inverse and then retest. You can squeeze out 1R, man. I'll be honest. You can definitely squeeze out 1R. It has to inverse though. Yeah, well, you're definitely not squeezing out 1R. Actually, even now you might be able to still. Like, if we get above, it's a shitty protraction model, but for 1R, damn, how many 1R setups can I take in one day? We should do a challenge. See how many 1Rs you can take. If we can get a fill like right there. Yo, this trade looks like not real. Like, this is a real trade? it's, it's so tiny. Oh my god, it actually might give it to you. This would just be a tape read, I guess, bro, because I don't know how you're supposed to. What I would do is watch this candle. If this candle, see how it's going down into the inversion? If it comes back above the inversion, like there, you can just buy that, and that should be. You just might be able to finesse a 1 hour setup like that. I'm not gonna take that though. I want to wait for 1050. I want to save my capital for 1050. So we can just watch. We'd have to kind of just hopes and dreams. Anyways, we're waiting for 1050. 2.5, 2.5. I think price can go here, but it's small. There's not much to work with. It's not small for 5 minis. Is 810 possible? Is that all the way up there? Yeah, it's possible, man. It's definitely possible. I like that we're coming down. I want to see this low. Ideally, doesn't have to, but ideally, we take out this low right here. Long? No, no, it's too far up. Too far up, man. Take care, brother. No, I don't want to take a short. I don't want to take a short. I could also do something like if we just consolidate here, then we get just a small setup like that, leaving that low. I could engage in that as well. I could engage with that. What you feeling on Solar? I'm bullish. Just bullish. Why not a short? I'm I'm bullish. You could short maybe targeting here, but that's like the most you could expect really. ES left all these equal highs. I want to see that all taken out. Why are you bullish? Why are you bullish? Would you like to explain as I was bearish? I'm bullish because of the daily power of three and how deep in discount we went on the daily chart. You should play light music. Music kind of distracts me. You trade 2022 model? No, not really. I don't wait for a market structure shift, and I don't really buy into fair value gaps that often. This was an exception because this is just a delayed protraction model. I'm not really buying this fair value gap. I'm buying the retracement on this order block. It just happens to be a fair value gap in there. Why did I long 945? Because we had an inversion fair value gap with an order block, and I thought this objective was very, very high probability. Why did it always sign me out of my brokerage, man? Maybe I'll start doing it on my laptop. There's a 258 level. That's our buy side. So that inversion would have played. It's kind of killing the session. We just have to walk away with two 1R setups. How much are we up on these accounts? I kind of want to risk what I made today to make more. You know what I mean? Kind of want to risk what I made to make more. Maybe in the PM session, I suppose. Like, I don't really want to walk away with up 0.75R. I also kind of risked incorrectly. I should have risked a little bit more on that setup. So I kind of just want to risk what I made today. See if we can make it more. Take advantage of the end of day drawdown stuff. Hmm. For now, we just wait till 1050. Because we took the high before 1050, it's possible that 1050 moves lower. It's possible. It runs opposing liquidity. We're deep inside that hourly. We took out that 12 a.m. high, which is NWAGA high as well. We definitely could see an opposing price run, like a retracement. I don't really like retracement trades. YM's already weak. We take a 1R short. Sloppy in here, though. I'll be honest. You use time macro? Yes. What do you recommend I watch to start learning correctly? Watch ICT. Why would you go anywhere else besides the source? Will you stream PM session? Probably not, Jonas. I know. A lot of people want me to stream PM. Well, last time I streamed PM, I got so much hate. I guess it's impossible. You do one-on-one to work risk management. If your problem is risk management and you're actually trying to improve, you can message me. I'll help you for free. You have any winnings today? Yeah, we are up. I'm up on all my accounts. I want to risk my winnings, though. I can show you the execution in profit if you don't believe me. For what? I believe you, bro. You don't gotta convince me of nothing. You don't have to convince anyone of anything, bro. It's you versus you. It's no competition. It's just you and you versus you, brother. There's no one to compare or compete with. I'm leveling up. I'm doing great. Thank God I don't take partials. I never did, but I thought maybe I'm missing something. And people seem stupid enough to do that. I personally think partial, like for me personally, partials is a must. Partials is a must for me. What you think of taking buys at 938, getting a 938 long? Yeah, fire long. I don't like to buy on retracements, but I would buy the inversion. Like I would add on the inversion. Like say you take the CISD, your stop loss is here. It goes up, retraces, you get an inversion. You move your stop loss here and you add a contract to secure a position for many reasons. Secure money is one. Reduce my stop loss. That's another thing that people don't realize. Yes, partialing makes you win less, but you also lose less. And the first goal is to lose less. That's your number one. Preserve your capital. That's the number one thing you want to focus on. Does it reduce your overall potential gains? Yes, but it also reduces your overall potential losses. And if you're really good at your trade management, for example, I don't know how often you guys watch me live, but when we're able to expand, like you can do a lot with one micro. You can do a lot. You can if you're risking $200 or $100 on one micro, you can move your stop and constantly add into the position, and you can really build a nice position with multiple contracts where you partial multiple times because you're adding into the position. Past three funded, only trade one mini till I build a buffer. Good plan, brother. If you never took partial and it works, why do you want to change the system that's working? Listen, if you're making profits and you're happy, yeah, you don't have to change anything. Like I said, the highest you think this is going, I think previous day AM session high is possible. Like somewhere in here, it's possible. It may be sloppy, but I think it can get there personally by the end of the day, maybe. How do you identify a protected low? Lows that are under candle opens, they need to be intermediate term lows, meaning it trades into a fair value gap and displaces away, or it takes out a short-term low. So see this one, short-term low, low, and then this one's higher. This one's now confirmed. So as soon as you get that, you don't expect it to come here. Also, it wants to be below the opening price of a candle. That's key, right? Risk management plus psychology is what I need to improve. It's probably the most two important things, brother. You have a YouTube? I do have a YouTube. If you think it can get there, why don't you hold runners, especially since 942? Because just because it can get there doesn't mean it won't stop me out before it gets there, right? I don't necessarily, when I say it's going to get there, I don't mean it's going to go like this and just keep making higher highs and lower and higher lows. It could very well do something like this, you know, for example. It's not, there is no stop that's worth it. Like this stop is not worth it for me to keep, right? It's not worth it. I'd rather just take the 2-1R trades. If this was a NFP day where I'm expecting low resistance, when I say low resistance, I mean like, see this run? Just boom, straight to the highs, easy. That's low resistance. This high resistance now. Now we're in premium, right? Anything in premium is fair game. Anything is premium is fair game. It can easily take this low in my opinion and continue higher, especially now that it's taken out the buy side. So it's not really a good situation for me to leave runners. What are the best journals for trading? TradeZella. Nothing's better. You suggest anything for risk management and psychology? Read the book Best Loser Wins. Read the book Trading in the Zone. And for psychology, watch my YouTube series on psychology. Listen, let me put you guys on. Let me put you guys on. While there's a couple people in here, listen. Let me put you guys on, okay? Trust me. Just trust me a little bit. This series right here will help you with your psychology. I promise, bro. I promise. This series, it's 5 episodes. Accountability, discipline, fear, greed, patience. No video over 20 minutes. I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, this series will help you with your psychology. You will learn at least one thing every single episode. At least one thing that will help you. Like, I am confident beyond measure. Because this is genuinely everything I've learned from books and professional traders and from my own experience, but I only have 2 years experience, so don't trust me. Trust the other guys who taught me those stuff. I am up on the day we took 2 wins. I confirmed, watched the series, and it helped. I like you, Noah. I like you. Most compact psychology series I've seen on YouTube. Yeah, it's simple, straight to the point, and it's the reason it's good is because it's I'll be honest, it's not from me. It's not me trying to reinvent. I make it very clear where I got that information from books. Watch twice. Even I've went back and watched my own series. How about that? That's how good it is. I went back and watched it myself. I was like, I want to rehear some of these things. Like I want to have those words, you know? Which videos do you recommend I start studying to learn? I would watch ICT's 2022 mentorship first. Assuming you kind of know the basics about what a candlestick is. Been here every day enjoying your record too. Appreciate you, bro. You in college or you trade full time? I graduated college a while ago, but I was trading back in college. I don't have a job. Just trading. Would you recommend trading after 10 at least till 11? Yeah. That's a very key time. It's the most of the, probably the prime of the session. Why did price retrace to that 950 gap? Good question, bro. If you're bullish, you want to see a couple of things. If you're bullish, okay, it can retrace here. It's possible. This is a really good question. I really like this question because I used to ask myself the same question. It could retrace here. But I'm gonna explain to you why you do not want to see it come here, okay? And then what you can do. I was looking personally at the 5-minute fair value gap, and I was looking at the 15-minute fair value gap. I'll always use the higher time frame one. If we're bullish, okay, keep this in mind. If we are bullish, you do not want to see price come to 50% of the fair value gap. That's right here, okay? So that's one thing we ideally, if we're strong, we do not want to see it come to that 50%. Okay? So the lower we go, the more of a red flag it is. Okay? That's one. Two, the 5-minute fair value gap here. If we go lower than that, right? What's the rule with the fair value gap that ICT is always taught? We shouldn't trade to this low. Like ideally, we don't trade to that low. So if we're gonna trade all the way down here, we could have. I'll be honest, we 100% could have, but that's sloppy. That's weak. That's not really bullish intent, I guess if you want to call it. Because we may even inverse by that point. If we're gonna go all the way here, we may inverse. Okay? You want to see this stay open. Think about it like this. If we're bullish, you want to find support early on. Okay? You want to find support early on. If you're bearish, that's when you start targeting stuff like this. If I told you we're bearish, then this is an amazing target, right? Let it stay open. Let that be delivered later in time when we're bearish and not bullish. But when we're bullish, we don't want to be spending time going all the way down here. We want to come, offer fair value, show a lot of strength. How do you know it's strength? Because you don't want to see 50% get disrespected. You don't want to see 50% get reached, right? All that stuff. You don't want to see it go too far below new week opening gap, consequent encroachment. Notice how that overlaps perfectly with this fair value gap. You don't want to see all that stuff. You know? If you're looking at this range, we're pretty much at discount too. So it could have went a little bit lower. I would have preferred not. And then how do you know? Well, you just wait for confirmation. If we trade into this one and then we get this expansion, really strong candle, all right, well, it's probably going to respect that one, you know? If it's going to touch it and then start fizzling out like this, weak, you know, like we trade into this, but look at this. Why didn't I long this fair value gap? Because look at it. We touch, there's no display. Look at this one. Compare this displacement to this. It's more likely going to respect this one, right? So you can be a little bit reactionary in there, you know? This is the same logic for every single PD rate. This is correct information. Highly recommend everyone to watch his video on full trading system. Even if you don't use his model, made a huge difference for me when I watched it and implemented all myself. That is a very good video as well, yeah. Even if you don't use my system, I teach you how you should make your own system and build on it and understand the concepts that, you know, what is PD rate? PD rate is just patterns in price that form in premium and discount. You can kind of build a narrative with them. The importance of understanding PD rates is your ability to understand how strong or weak price is. That's the idea. Yep, the YouTube one, Sonu. I literally watched all your videos of the gem series. It's literally a gem. Appreciate you, bro. I'm glad it helps some people. It's not for everyone. Like I don't really tell people to watch my videos. But if you already watch my live streams and you like you like how I trade, or you think you can learn a thing or two, and then you can watch my YouTube videos. But I don't really try to push it on people because everyone's different. Are you green all 3 days? Yeah. No, I think Monday was more break even. On my live account, I'm green all 3 days. So there's that. PD rates are just fair value gaps. They make it seem so difficult. That's not completely true. There's more than one in the Gems PO3 series. I think it's the last episode. It's the one that's pinned on my YouTube channel. If an OB invalidated if we invert the FEG but the OB forms. I'm gonna need a specific example. I can't picture it. This is the 1 minute chart. It's 1050 macro and we're not doing anything. I personally anticipate a price run lower, but to where? Really hard to say. It could just stop at these equal lows. Come here maybe. Go to video. It's there, bro. I swear. I'll send it in chat. I'll send it in chat right now. In my opinion, this goes a little bit lower, but it's hard to say how much lower. Oh, you're right. It's not pinned because I'm live. Man, stupid shit. This video. Yeah, I mean, if there was a 5 minute gap in here or something, then we can maybe look for a long, but there really isn't much. Notice the bearish fair value gap in here. A little bit sloppy. Yeah, looks like we'll just have to come back in the PM. Like at 10:51, we inverted. Okay, 10:51. We inverted the 1 minute FEG, but then we closed under the 10:51 low. Okay, but remember one thing. Is this an OB still? Oh, is this an OB? Yes, yes, yes. Of course. Really, your OB is here, right? This would be a propulsion block. This is us trading. So yes, we invert the fair value gap, but I'd be looking at these three up close candles. Now this is a little model, meaning like it doesn't have to go all the way here. It could just take out this low, like just this little. You get what I'm saying? But no, the inversion does not invalidate. But what invalidates is if we invalidate this order block. Wait, a 5 minute breaker? Yeah, stop presenting myself clearly. That's because we are bearish, little bro. Yeah, keep shorting, brother. Keep shorting. It'll hit eventually. One of these ones will hit. This is not an order block either, isn't it? Changing the state of delivery. This would be your change in the state of delivery. We take the higher time frame level. We're inside that 1050 macro. 3 up close candles, takes out the short term high, breaks below. I'd view these 3 candles as your CI steep. So if you're bearish, I'm saying if you're bearish, I'm not saying this means we're bearish. If you're bearish, you'd anticipate this to get respected until some measure of sell side is taken. We already took out this low. Doesn't have to go much lower than that. This dude always in here and always has something negative to say. Yeah, it is what it is, bro. Shouldn't be a reason to not able to properly express yourself. There's language for me as well. Just use ChatGPT. It'll Google Translate everything for you. NWOG high. I did it easy because it's visible on the daily chart. You can just go here. Just mark out that gap. What's your strategy? I trade the power of 3. Waiting for the 30-minute fair value gap. Yeah, that could be a logical place to look for a continuation. Or you can target it for shorts. See this prominent low right here. But again, that's a counter trend idea. Yeah, I said that because who takes partials to me is a little stupid, but you seem you don't take non-TP, no partials. Everyone's different, bro. You just find what works for you. There's actually an SMT right here. Okay, let's start putting up our journal. I don't see us probably taking another trade in the morning session, I'll be honest. So we're going to walk away with a little bit of profit. I'm going to risk this profit in the, if it forms. I'm going to risk the profit in the PM session. Yeah, stopping at that NWOG high. The game plan was on point. This trade was like a little bit less R because my fill was up here, but whatever. I don't have a fixed R. Like it's really hard to say. Sometimes I'd be catching 4 or 5 when I, go into a trade nicely. Sometimes it's 1. I don't really care about R. I don't even measure my risk to reward. I just, as long as it's at least 1, I'll take the trade and I'll try to make the most out of every trade. That's it. Just try to make the most out of every trade. So 2 small wins today. We'll leave this like this. And I'll remove the buy side here and we'll just keep the NWOG marked out. Keep it real simple. So I'll leave this like this so I can come back. That's pretty much it. Take trade, bro. It's time. After 1-on-1 you cut break even. No, I don't move break even like that. I'm very SMT means smart money technique or smart money tool, smart money time. What's the next liquidity price might take? I personally like previous AM session highs all the way up here. Like, I think we get this full reversal, but I don't know when it's gonna get there. Depends. Maybe NFP if that even comes on Friday. Who knows? Hey, you check M15 DMX was key level H4 -2. I don't know what DMX is. Everyone should have some level of key levels that they're trading off of, so it's not just random. Um, they know. I like that. Thanks for the suggestion on psychology enrichment. Of course, brother. Good luck, Gaty. All respect. Appreciate you, bro. Did you take longs this morning? I got 2 longs this morning. Take any trades? I got 2 longs this morning. Yeah, we're up 2R in total, I guess. It's kind of weird because I took the first one on my live account, second one's on my funded. So we're up about one. We're not up 2R. We're up 1R on every account. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys coming through. I don't really think much is gonna happen here. We don't even need that SMT. The sell side grab. So we'll leave a note here. H1 FEG plus sell side sweep plus SMT. London low protected. We talked about how I said in the beginning of the stream, I don't expect London lows. I don't even expect this low or whatever. This is not London low, but whatever this is, 6 a.m. low. I don't expect that one to get taken. So if that one's safe and we trade down here, you can expect that to be taken. Safe, sorry. So that's what's happening over here. We get the order block, propulsion block, inversion, fair value gap. Very clean, obvious run. Pre-market highs. This is low-hanging fruit. Obvious, low-hanging fruit objective. Just very smooth, clean, equal highs. And this would be M15 FEG plus M15 FEG plus. I mean, that's it, really. Plus, that's it. That's all it is. Yeah, that's pretty much all I want to mark out for now. We'll come back. Whatever happens here, we'll fill that out later. For now, this is your morning session. So we sweep out the 10 a.m. low here. Look at the order block, fair value gap. I think we'll just do it like that. Keep it simple. Yeah, and we target the buy side here. So that's it. That's what we're gonna keep in the journal for now. Oh, you also see NWAG, CE overlap. You can see how we respect 50% of the new week opening gap, 50% level. Did that twice. That's also right there. So very nice in that sense. No shorts. No. Did that protraction model bounce from 50%? No. Well, 50% of the fair value gap, you mean, or the whole range? No, we just fell short of 50%. Now, if you look at the opening range, yeah, no. Yo, Gaddy, mind looking at my gems journal on live? Sure. Very nice and textbook delivery for my model. I like these kind of price moves. Okay, first executions. You're buying that inversion fair value gap. You got, I believe, yeah. So you added on there, and you added one some there. That's good. You took 3 off there. I like that, and then you left 1 runner. That's really good. If you moved your stop to probably this breakaway or something, that's really good. This is what you were looking at. This is opening range gap, I'm assuming. 75%, or sorry, the low of it, respected. Inversion. Smooth highs. I don't know what that is. Probably a wick. Could be a wick. 950 macro finishes the move. Yeah, closure above 50%. You can buy that. What's this big blue box, bro? Clean. Yeah, very good, bro. This textbook. Just another one that adds confirmation to your system, you know? Perfect. We're rejecting out of a 5 minute right now. Not all trade anymore. Yeah, it's very choppy in here. It seems like we did the bulk of the move. Daily wick. Okay, nice. Guys, 11:30 a.m. Expect any low to be taken once turtle swoop it. It'll hold in until 3 p.m. That's honestly not a bad idea, bro. I'll be honest. Like, there's actually some good logic behind that. We took 2 wins today. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming through. I'm gonna head out. There's not much more to watch here. Sometimes I like to stay till 11:30, but what I would study is, can we get a clean short setup to this low, or do we just stay heavy in this upper portion? It's hard to say. I'd assume a move down to at least this low, because this is too easy. Trailed stops here. You want to get those guys out before we continue, but it's hard to say. Yep, Discord's free. Guys, 11:30 a.m. expecting. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Appreciate you. Know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day before NFP, so I might just buy an eval, full portrait or something. I won't be trading my live account tomorrow. Day before NFP. I don't like trading that day. Live every single day, 9:15. I've been live every day for almost 2 years now, and I'll continue going live. Just showing my journey. That's it. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, exact same time. You exited your longs? Good shit, no. I like that. Good hold, bro. Very good hold. No, not on weekends. Weekends, I very much focus on my mental health.